Good morning, students. Let's begin our social science class. In continuation of economics chapter People as Resources, today's content economic activities types, market and non market. Then, second, division of labor between men and women in family. And third, quality of population through education and health. So, this I am going to explain in this video. Market activity, non market activity, then the condition of women as labor, as well as quality of population based on education. First, market activities, when some product or services is produced to be sold in market, it is called market activity. Non market activities, when some product or services produced for self consumption, it is called non market activities. If a farmer produced just enough to meet his family needs, then this activity is non market activity. Similarly, the work of a housewife in a market activity or non market, say non market activity, because she is working for the benefits of her family member. For best example, I can explain you, as a Sunena Singh I am teaching in school, this is market activity, and as a mother I am teaching my daughter in house, it is non market activity. Fine. What is the difference between market and non market activity? Explain with example. Why are women employed in low paid work? Reason, when women enter the labor market, they are paid for their work. Their earnings are calculated on the basis of education and ability, much like that of their male counterpart. Most women are undereducated and have low skills training, and therefore women are paid low compared to men. Most women do work where there is no job security. Less income, more income. The reason, the people, those who are not having a skill and education, less income. People, those who are educated and good income, the good qualification, more income. Then the ladies, those who are illiterate, less income. Those who are educated, more income. So this is how we estimate the person skillful, and the training and education make him or her more resourceful, thus earn more money. Quality of population depend on the literacy rate, health and skill determine the quality of population. So literacy rate, health and skill, these are the three base of quality of population. Illiterate and unhealthy population can be liability for the economy. When we talk about liability, the when population depend on their survival on the country. Literate and healthy population can be made into an asset for the economy. Literate and healthy population contribute towards GDP of the country. So this is how we can understand the quality of the population depend on the country's population, whether literate or healthy or illiterate or unhealthy. Education role in quality of population. Education defines the literacy level and skill level of a person. It also helps in enriching the culture of the society. Presence of educated persons in the society indirectly benefits the illiterate person as well. Government has taken various steps to spread education among the people. Government strive to provide universal access to education. It also make various plans to increase the retention of students. Special emphasis is given on girls' education. So we are going to see what determines the quality of population, the health, uh, good health, and the education. Then, what are the various measures taken by government to spread education in India? Now we are going to see the step taken by government to spread education in India. First, there is a provision made by providing universal access, retention, and quality in elementary education with a special emphasis on girl. Then there is also an establishment of pace setting of a school like Navodaya Vidyalaya in each district. Vocational stream have been developed to equip large number of high school students with occupations related to knowledge and skill. Third, the plan outlay and education has increased from rupees 151 crore in first 5 year plan to rupees 43,825 crore in the 10th plan. The expenditure on education as a percentage of GDP rose from 0.64% in 1951 to 52 to 3.98% in 2002 and 3. Fourth, the primary school system has expanded to 5 lakh villages in India. Then, Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan is a significant step toward providing elementary education to all children in the age group of 6 to 14 years by 2010. Bridge courses and back to school camp have been initiated to increase the enrollment in elementary education. Midday meal scheme has been implemented to encourage attendance and retention of children and improve their nutritious status. These policies could add to the literate population of India. Now, study the graph carefully in your book also 2.1 and the question related to this graph. Study the graph and answer the following question. So, let's talk about this. Has the literacy rate of the population increased since 1951? Yes, if you see the literacy rate graph, that definitely increase when you compare from 1951. Then, in which year India has the highest literacy rate? If you go through with the table, the year where the graph goes the highest level, and that is 2011. All right, India has the highest literacy rate at 74%. Then, why literacy rate is high among the males in India? Because they are more educated, you know. Males generally participate in providing activities where females are bound to look after domestic chores. Why are women less educated than men? Generally, parents in India do prefer to send their female children to school, especially in rural area. They generally feel that girls should look after domestic chores, whereas boys should go to school. All right. So now in urban area the condition improved, but the rural area still mentality lies there. Then, how would you calculate literacy rate in India? A person age 7 year and above who can read and write with understanding in any language, it is treated as literate. Okay. Repeat it again. A person age 7 year and above who can read and write with understanding in any language, it is treated as literate. Then, what is your projection about India's literacy rate in 2020? That at least literacy rate reached to 90%. All right. Now we are going to see the literacy rate have increased from 18% in 1951 to 74 in 2010-11. Literacy is not only a right, it is also needed if the citizens are to perform their duties and enjoy their rights properly. Literacy rate among male is nearly 16.6% higher than females, and it is about 16.1% higher in urban area as compared to rural areas. Highest literacy rate is in Kerala. 12th plan endeavored to raise the country's gross enrollment ratio in higher education of 18 to 23 year age group 25.2% by 2017-18 and to reach target of 30% by 2021, which would be broadly in line with world average. The strategy focus on increasing excessive quality adoption of state specific curriculum modification, vocationalization, and networking on the use of information technology. The plan also focus on distance education, convergence of formal, non-formal, distant, and education institution. Let us read the table to see the increase in number of the college and university, enrollment of the student and recruitment of the teachers since 1951 to 2014 and 15. The table, uh, please see 2.1 in book. Discuss the table in classroom and answer the following question. Now see the question related to the table. Yes. What is the percentage? Is the increase in number of college? Is the increase in the number of colleges adequate to admit the increases number of students? Yes. No, we don't. We do not think that the increase in number of college adequate to admit the increasing number of student, because number of student is increasing fast as compared to increase in number of college. Then do you think we should have more number of university? Yes, we think that we should have more number of university for increasing number of student. What is increase notice? What is the increase notice among the teachers in year 1998 to 1999? The increase notice, not this in the year 2015 and 16 as the latest data, है ना, the increase notice in 6,21,034 teachers since 2010 and 11. Now, what is your idea about future college and university? Our idea about future college and university, that there should be more professional colleges and university that can be provided job oriented course like the skill based course to the student with a higher or bright career opportunities. So that's all for today. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.